I'm Patrick Hanlon. Coming up at 6 o'clock, the latest from the Stacy Castor murder trial. Game of Quidditch originated from the Harry Potter series, but that's not the reason why SU students play here.
Rescue services just arrived and they believe that there might be somebody underneath the Lake Oswego Falls. But the Post-Standard reports that one Weedsport woman was injured when she went outside to see the damage done during the storm. Todd?
In New York State, the only legal way to drive with a cell phone is with this hands-free headset. But opponents say even that can be distracting.
Now, Todd, didn't you have the same surgery that Tiger had? Were you back out there in the links?
I had my surgery actually a month before he did, and right now I just sort of want to cry a little bit.
Well, that's the difference between you and Tiger, I guess.
Thanks, Pat.
A jury of 10 women and 2 men found the town of Clay woman Stacy Castor guilty on all charges. St. Patrick's CYO basketball team heats it up on the court during games. But where they practice is a different story.
It's probably on enough so the pipes aren't freezing in the building, because the school isn't used. This is really the only time this building is used.
Coach Matt Carney and his team practice in an abandoned building with very little heat on the north side of Syracuse.
I hate it. Practice, I wear hoodies sometimes,
Other practice attire includes long johns, high socks, and even winter hats. But the kids continue to come because of the tradition at St. Pat's and what it means to play for them.
When they go out and they put on that jersey for St. Patrick's, that they're representing a lot of people, and we try to just get them to buy into that and to show the respect that it's warranted.
Even with the program's rich history, a sale of the building could leave St. Pat's future in question.
We're sort of like in limbo down here because of the buildings on the market. Without a gym, we don't know what's going to happen.
So while the future of St. Patrick's program is unknown, one thing is for sure. They are going to need the luck of the Irish. Patrick Hanlon, NCC News. Hurricane Ike may have hit Texas the hardest, but its effects were still felt in central New York overnight. A cold front with winds up to 50 miles per hour swept through the region last night, leaving thousands without power. The storm knocked over power lines and huge trees like this one in North Syracuse. Carol Stevens lives on Loma Street in North Syracuse, and she says she heard a huge bang when the tree fell outside her house at 2 a.m. She quickly ran outside to assess the damage.
It was like 2:15 when I came out. That tree was like that. And then there was 2 cars there. I didn't know if it was both cars that got damaged or just that one. But the other car didn't get damaged.
Carol says that she hasn't spoke with National Grid yet today, but the fire department did tell her not to expect to get her power back for at least 2 more days. Cleanup crews are expected to show up in the afternoon to clear the trees from Loma Street. Until then, Carol says she and her family will pass the time by playing cards.
It's been a sweet week up here on the Hill, and it could get better. But first, Patrick Hanlon is here to tell us who won the Krause-Simmons Trophy.
Of course, that trophy is awarded to the winner of the Hobart SU men's lacrosse winner each year. It's an age-old question: who wins, the best offense or the best defense? The Orange came into tonight's game averaging just more than 14 goals a game, but their upstate rival Hobart came in allowing less than 5.5 goals per game. Looks like something was going to have to give tonight at the Dome. There's SU coach Jim Boeheim. Coach, shouldn't you be reviewing some tape of Blake Griffin or any of the Oklahoma Sooners? We'll have more on SU hoops later, but for now it's all SU lacrosse. And right here in the first, Chris Daniello scores. That puts SU up 2-0 early. Then to the second quarter, they keep pouring it on. This time it's Tully native Dan Hardy rips this one from the middle. That's one of his 3 points on the night. SU up 7-0. And they keep pouring it on as here, Pat Parrott, watch this sweet goal behind the back. I like that one so much, I'd like to see it again. Thank you very much. Here he goes. It's a runaway, 9-0 SU. And even when they miss, like here on this shot, they would keep working the ball around. And in the end, Steve Kehoe would hit it. 4 points on the night. That puts SU up 11-3. They go on to win in a blowout, 13-4. And next, they play Loyola on the road. Switching to high school lacrosse now, and the West Genesee Wildcats are looking to repeat as state Class A division champions. They start their defense tonight against Irondequoit. And if you look at the scoreboard, the game was pretty close, and it would stay close all game. As you take a look, 6-5 there, and in the fourth quarter, Jim Oot would come in for the Eagles, slamming that shot through. That would make the score 6-6. But the Wildcats are resilient. Watch Tyler Brown here, dodging and rolling all over the place. Finally finds the back of the net. That puts Jenny up 7-6. And then later on, John Glesner, just with the insurance, just in case, 8-6 Jenny. That would be the final, and including last season, that makes 13 wins in a row for the Wildcats. How sweet it is. The Orange returned to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2004, and they're playing some of their best basketball of the season. Everybody wanted to talk to the team today at Manly, and a win against Oklahoma wouldn't just mean their first Elite Eight appearance since '03, but it would make Jim Boeheim only the 8th coach in men's Division I history to reach 800 career wins. Cuse crushed their first 2 opponents, in part because of great play from Johnny Flynn. He's averaging 13.5 points and 7 assists in the first 2 games. Even better news, big man Arenze Onuaku showed no knee problems in 2 wins, scoring double figures in each. Guards Eric Devendorf and Paul Harris are focused and have their goal in sight.
What it's all about, man. It's an NCAA tournament, and you know you got to expect to play the best teams. You want to match up the best players with the best players and the best teams with the best teams. So I think that's what we're doing right now.
Beginning of the year, our goal was just to get in the tournament, but now we're here. We want to win it all.
SU should have their hands full on Friday when they take on Player of the Year candidate Blake Griffin and the rest of the Oklahoma Sooners. Tip-off is set for 7/27 in Memphis. And was it just me, or was the USA's win against Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic last week something out of the Twilight Zone? After a walk-off win, you could see Yankees captain Derek Jeter and Red Sox star Kevin Youkilis celebrating together. Luckily, things were back to normal in Tampa today as the Yankees took on their bitter rival. The AL East foes will meet each other 18 times during the regular season. This one's just for fun in Tampa at spring training. 6th inning, Johnny Damon with a little bleeder. It would score Brett Gardner. That would tie the game at 6. Then we move to the 8th inning. Yankees up 3-1 now. Austin Jackson wants some playing time. This should help. A grand slam down the left field line. That would be all the Yankees would need. They'd go on to win by that score, 7-1. And Kim, you think with a big hit like that against a big foe, you'd get some accolades. Instead, he was sent back down to the AAA affiliate. So
that's unbelievable.
Tough for him.